Cheers.
Hey, Claudia, what's going on, dude?
The Beer Pod is here. Welcome to it. Season 4, Episode 8. Timmer, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great today, buddy. Having a great Tuesday. Loving life today.
Boys, I'm buzzing. We are ready to go for episode number 8 of Season 4. No, actually, I was just noticing that. You can see a little bit of the reflection there.
Oh.
My ring light.
It's your new ring light.
What do you think of the lighting tonight? Really?
I think it looks great, man. I think it really accentuates the new hair product. You got a new hair product?
Just more of it. It's getting thick and long. See, I've got the option. I've got the option. You tell me when to stop.
Well, that's scary. I'd tone that down a bit.
A little too bright.
Give it a look. Yeah, that looks good.
There we go.
Look at that.
It's all right on it. It's all right.
We are moving up in the world here. Got a lighting guy now and sound guy.
Working on a sound guy, that's for sure. Coming up on the show is comedian Jeff Leeson, the return performance with us, or return visit, I should say. We'll talk about his performances. Coming up here on the pod, we've got a beer to debut from Sons of Kent, which we'll get to here in a couple of minutes. First of all, let's start with our sponsors. Timmer, what do we got tonight?
Oh, buddy, if you are looking to buy or sell a house right now, hot market, Chris McLeod's the guy. You want a house? Get it with him. Buy or sell this week, and he will get you one fresh case from a local brewery.
Oh, boy. There we go.
And our favorite sponsor, the Health House, CK.com. We've made the correction, Shauna. As always, for anything with your health needs, including personal training, massage, or nutrition counseling, give Shauna a ring-a-ding or check out the Health House, CK.com. That's a great use of paint.
Season 4 of the podcast, and she finally tells us we've been giving out the wrong address the entire time. So we're still working. If you want to be a designer for us, or a graphic designer, the show, we're going to need some help. And finally, our last sponsor, Tim.
Oh, our friends over at the Pakistan Super League. We think we've made good with them now. So welcome back aboard the Pakistan Super League. Off-season deals galore in the Pakistan Super League. Tune in future episodes as we recap the off-season trades in the Pakistan Super League. I've been following, man. There is some crazy stuff going on.
Many people say you're the Bob McKenzie of the Pakistan Super League.
I don't want to brag, but I've been watching.
What you drinking, bud? That's where we tell you what we're drinking here tonight on the pods. Timmer, what are you tipping back here tonight on the pod? We'll do 2 each. And then we'll debut that third one in the beer bus, okay?
Sure. I had a surprise shipment come in of one of my favorite breweries. This has been featured many a times on the 3Beer podcast, and this is a Sun Split IPA from Dominion City. But really, what I'm excited to debut is the new Sun Split glass.
Oh, nice!
Check this out. This is what I need to see out of more breweries. Going with sweet glasses like this, very retro looking, but when you fill it up, it looks like you're just drinking right out of the can of Sun Split. That's a beautiful thing. I'm really excited about my new glass. It made it here. I'm also going to be drinking a Paper Salesman from Dominion City, also a tasty beer to have tonight on the podcast. How about you?
I like how you said a surprise delivery. Did you not order it yourself?
Yeah. I like to surprise myself sometimes. Sometimes I late night order beer, and then that's where the surprise comes in, buddy.
All right.
Like, oh, that was a good choice.
Tonight, I'm going to start with, I'm in the midst of enjoying a cream ale, a Troll Toll from our friends at Refined Fool who've been on the podcast up in Sarnia. Nice. We were just talking off air before we got here that we got to get back up there soon. So I'm loving the Troll Toll. I did a big clean out of the fridge this weekend. So I found some beers that I didn't realize I had. So that's number 1. This will be number 3 if I get to it from Bench at Greenfields Sour Ale. You had that yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Any good?
Delicious. Very, very good from Bench. I like their stuff up there. So we'll get into that. So, Tim, we do have a third beer that we're going to debut tonight, and we'll show you what it is in the Beer Buzz, where we talk about what's going on in the beer world. Tim, do you want to give the background on this one?
Yeah, I just got to pull it up here, Claudia, because it just shut off on me. So
Right.
you just crack it open there.
Well,
There
here,
you go.
I'll tell you what it's called. From
There it is.
Sunset, it's called Drift. It's a hazy IPA. There you go.
Yeah, this is a delicious offering from Sons of Ken. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a little sneak peek of this one. I won't name my sources, but I've had a sneak peek of this one.
Yeah.
And man, was it juicy, but tasty, soft, pillowy mouthfeel with minimal bitterness. That's the tasting note from our friend Colin at Sons of Kent, the head brewer over there. It's made with cashmere and mosaic hops.
Tim, I want you to read this though, like a voiceover actor. Okay, like deliver it. Like,
am I the voiceover? I'm not the voiceover guy.
I want to hear this done like a professional. Like you're running a commercial for the Super Bowl. I want to hear you tell us.
Okay.
Sell us Drift hazy IPA.
Hazy IPA brewed with cashmere and mosaic hops, giving notes of tropical fruit and pineapple. Soft, pillowy mouthfeel with minimal bitterness. Drift away with this new hazy IPA. Drift from Sons of Kent. I'm gonna crack into this bad boy.
She's good. She's good.
I'm pushing aside my sun split right now so I can have this, and I don't do that often.
Drift.
So
that's just yelling Drift. Drift is available coming up Thursday at Suns. Crack it open. Get yourself some Drift. That's good. That's
good.
Boy.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
That is definitely a soft, pillowy mouthfeel right there.
Soft, pillowy mouthfeel.
Did you feel it? Pillowy.
Pillowy. Yeah, loving it. Loving it.
We should be in more commercials. That's our other side gig.
I think so. Tim, our guest is standing by. Let's get to the beer buzz. We'll talk more about Drift coming up here in a moment. Tim, you sent me something for the beer buzz here tonight. Did you want to give us a story?
What are we doing?
The beer buzz.
I thought we were pulling in Jeff Leeson.
Well, Jeff can join us for this. Here, we'll pull in.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Here.
There Jeff. He is.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, buddy?
How are you?
Very good. Very good. Comedian Jeff Leeson on the pod, a return performance for us here tonight on the podcast. Not performance. You don't have to perform. You just chill with us, okay?
I appreciate that. I'm just going for a nice, soft, pillowy mouthfeel tonight. That's all I'm looking for here.
So what we all dream of. I know our listeners are wondering, since the last time you were on, did you increase your capacity in internet connection?
Oh, yes.
I've moved to a different area.
Okay.
Which seems to work now. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think this area has never failed me so far. So I'm going to say if there is an issue, it's probably on your end.
Jeff, this is the beer buzz. This is where we're talking what's going on in the beer world. Tim, you wanted to bring up the baby beer bomb.
Oh, yes. I thought this was quite clever. A baby was a little underweight, so Dad came up with an ingenious idea to kind of just boost up the weight of his kid. And I know that this worked for me when I was in university. This method of weight gaining was quite successful in my first year of university. And it's a little baby beer formula bong.
I like it.
Seems like a great idea to me.
Absolutely. I'm for it.
Get them started early.
I actually think it should be mandatory. You know, from what I've seen now, not being a parent, of course, I can't really speak from experience, but from what I've observed, a lot of these kids, they seem to swat stuff away, or they don't seem to want to eat. But if you just jam it in there and just start pouring, that seems like a much easier way.
They've got no choice.
So
you got to go for it.
I think that guy there in the jean jacket, I think he's a future billionaire. That guy.
Love it. The baby beer bomb coming to stores near you. See that coming up. There was a story here about a young girl in Florida And it's not beer related, but Tim, it reminded me of something. A 12-year-old girl in Florida is facing criminal charges after she attempted to sell stun guns to classmates. Apparently, she was going around selling stun guns for $15. As far as stun guns go, I assume that seems like a pretty good deal.
That's all? Yeah, I was just going to say, that's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty good price on a stun gun.
That's a cheap stun gun. That's a hell of a deal.
That's
an entrepreneur. That's an entrepreneur. That guy in the jean jacket's not her dad, is it? That seems like. Are they related? Is that how this all fits in?
That's what the girl grew up to be. That beer bong story was 12 years old. This girl's now grown up. She's now selling tasers at school.
Yeah.
Just full of great ideas in that family.
Yeah, this is great. I love what's going on here. That's an entrepreneurial family. You should get a discount on the baby beer funnel or bong or whatever that is if you buy a stun gun. You know what I mean?
Seems like a great combo.
I'd also go up in price personally. I don't know if that's the point of all this, is to give advice to a kid on how they can sell more stun guns, but I'd be raising it up.
It reminded me of a story. So Jeff, Tim and I got to know each other playing softball. I know you look at us and you think athletes. So we're playing softball.
Absolutely.
And one of the first nights, I think, Tim, this is one of our real strong bonding moments. We're all sitting around the back of a pickup after a game, having a couple beers, and a guy comes up, new guy comes up and goes, "You guys looking to buy something?" And we're like, "What? What are you selling?" And he goes, "Laser pointers." And we were like,
"Wow.
Like, what do you mean?" He goes, "Like the strongest laser pointers you've ever seen." And he was dead serious. And we were like, "But like for presentations and stuff?" He goes, "That's what you want to use them for." and they were like, I think they were $15, weren't they, Tim? We were like,
I think so. And I never really knew if I needed one or not. And the deal kind of fell through, but I never really understood if I needed one or not, but I think I did.
How did that deal fall through?
I think he lost supply. His supplier fell through on him.
He was offering it, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I spoke too soon. I apologize. I thought I had a whole crate of these laser pointers coming. It turns out it's just weed. That's why I was so creepy at the beginning. That's why I approached you like that. I thought it was a laser pointer, but it turns out, no, that's the name of this particular strand." That deal fell through.
Selling out the back of his hatchback. He's like, "You guys interested? You can come on over and take a look." Yeah. That's what the story reminded me of. That 12-year-old girl selling tasers was the same as that. Actually, we cut him from the team because the deal didn't come through, didn't we?
Yeah, he was done.
Yeah. Sorry, bud, you're out.
Time to move on. You didn't hook us up with laser pointers as promised.
Hey, were you guys a good team? Were you guys a good softball team?
Why don't you answer that question, Jeff?
12 years ago, we won back-to-back championships, and then Chris joined our team, and we have not won since. Yeah. So I don't like to point fingers or anything, but there might be a strong correlation there.
Yeah, you don't point fingers, but you do name names.
Yeah, exactly.
I will not point, though. I'll let you decide who Chris is. But
It was funny because the league kept getting younger. Guys kept getting younger, but we'd only add older guys. Like we'd add the dads of the 21-year-olds that were playing the league. We'd be like, "Yeah, we got his dad sells laser pointers on the side." We just kept getting older, and we'd wonder why we stunk. So,
wait, one more question. How bad? Like when you say you're not winning, are you coming in second and almost winning, or are you like last?
Middle of the pack. We're a middle of the pack. We're a veteran squad that we're just shy of a couple good bats these days, and probably runners and stuff now that we've been sitting out for a year of a pandemic. I don't see us getting any better right now at all.
Yeah, tough to be a good team when you don't have the bats or the runners.
That's what I've heard. And I am the general manager of this squad, and that's what we're lacking.
Oh, the GM as well. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Many hats I wear.
So it's your decision to get older as the the years go on.
I thought I had a strategy building there, but it's definitely not paying off right now.
That's interesting. And yet you blame the stuff on Chris because he joined the team, even though you have not pointed a finger.
No finger pointing here.
We don't know which Chris.
That's funny.
Chris.
That's awesome, man. I hope to come back like in the fall and hear that you guys just dominated this summer. That like all the old guys came back and they all were like in massive shape or something, and you didn't know what they were doing, but they were just lifting weights or kids or whatever in their basement and making beer funnels. And now they're all jacked, and you don't even have to run. You're just putting them over the fence.
I sure hope that's the case. I really do.
It's a big year. If you need a head coach, since you're the GM, if you need a head coach, I'd be glad to be there to inspire the troops.
Write that down.
We're hoping for that dream glow up. We come back from the pandemic and we're all ripped, getting smaller T-shirts. It's not happening. We're going to be larger and probably a lot worse. Our guest, Jeff Leeson, is back in the 3BeerPod, episode 4, season 8. He's a comedian from. Are you still in the London area? You said you moved, Jeff. You still in London?
Oh yeah. I was in California for a little bit. Like, it feels like 10 years ago, but it was definitely the start of last year. So yeah, when all this hit, I was down there, but I'm back in London now.
Yeah, we talked over the summer when we had John last time, and we were talking about being an entertainer, a comedian in a pandemic. Like, has it just dried up completely for you, or are you doing like Zoom gigs, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I've done a couple of the Zoom things, but they're very tough. It's so weird because like you don't get the instant response, and the energy is different and the flow is different. So it's actually really interesting because it's a completely different style of comedy. It's not stand-up comedy. It's really its own thing. So that was really interesting to kind of like learn that a little bit and sort of like figure that part out, because I've been doing the stand-up version for years and years. That's kind of second nature. So it was really quite challenging and kind of fun to figure out. So I've done a couple of those. Now with the movement of colors, I'm starting to see stuff coming in for like late March, April, May. But I mean, obviously you never know if those will actually go through. But for the most part, I've been doing content. I've been doing like commercials for businesses and creating content for companies and doing my own content and stuff like that. So I've really just, veered into that lane and stayed busy with doing that.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I had it written down here, content. How do you just start doing, are you just going up at places and saying, hey, I can do something for you? Or how does that all come together?
Yeah, so typically, or I guess not typically, but originally, when I first started doing it, it was like for an old like web show I used to do, and I would go in and like create an episode out of a business, whatever it might be. So when I went back on the road with stand up, it was just that was way too busy to keep doing that. And so when this happened, it was only natural that I would go back and sort of I've had lots of like sponsors of shows and things like that over the years, or venues or, restaurants or whatever. So I just kind of approached a few people that I knew and just said, hey, I'm going to start doing this. Do you guys want me to come in and create something? And we can create it around their company and make it funny and unique, hopefully engaging and hopefully get them some like social media traction. And so that we did a few early on, and then that just spiraled. We had businesses that were reaching out and saying, I saw this, can you create something for me? And so it's been great. I mean, it's been much different than what I'm used to doing with touring, but it's been great to at least have that and not be sitting around like just doing nothing, because I would go crazy for sure.
What's Lisa Learned? Is that your podcast, the video podcast?
That's none of your damn business, Chris.
No, sideways.
I've always wanted to answer a question like that on a show, and it just seemed appropriate, But no, yeah. Thank you for asking, though. That was a weird response from me, but thank you for leading in. Yeah, Lisa Learned is it's a podcast that I actually started taping and filming, like I think in 2019. And then again, we got super busy with this big. We got the opportunity to go on tour and go across Canada and down into the States. So it just kind of fell by the wayside. But it was always something that was really fun to do, where I could just sit down with one guest and ask them questions, because I'm very curious about like people, and especially because I've been doing stand-up since I was 14, so I had like a very weird life compared to what most people have done. So I'm very curious to see like what kind of experiences other people have had. So it's a chance for me to kind of learn about a guest of we've had comedians and musicians, a wrestler, so it's all kinds of different. It doesn't have to be like artistic either. I had one of my really close friends who traveled with us on tour. I had him on as well, and he had a really fascinating story of a bunch of stuff I never heard before, and we've been friends for years. So it's just been a really cool opportunity to really dig deep on people I find interesting.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Hey, Jeff. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Jeff, you got a ton of content on social media, on your YouTube page. Were you always recording this stuff in hopes of just dumping out clips all the time, or like how did that all kind of just snowball? Because your content on Facebook is like, I watch it every day. It's funny shit. And then like the places that you're at are some interesting venues. So you were recording this all along and just kind of to see what happened. Is that kind of how this all went?
Pretty much, yeah. We started in 2018, the fall of 2018. We went on a big Ontario only tour, basically like all the way to Thunder Bay and back, and then all the way to almost Quebec and back, over the course of like October to, I guess, Christmas. And then, so we started filming then, and it was just basically like, there might be some stuff here that we can use later, but I had the equipment, and I have a guy that works with me to do all of our videos and all of our editing and stuff like that. So I was like, you come along, capture, every show. We had a full setup, and yeah, it was just like, we'll use this when we can. We started about maybe a year and a half ago. We started with a few things, and it was kind of, maybe once a month at the beginning, then maybe a couple times a month. And then again, like last March, it was like, okay, we can do weekly, then like twice a week. And then we can have YouTube and Facebook. We can cycle like stuff we had on YouTube before. We can cycle back on Facebook, and, Facebook seems to have like a certain time thing for videos that do well. So we're trying to figure out all that stuff as well. It's been really just like a trial and error process, and but also just something again to like keep busy and make sure that we're at least putting stuff out and keeping because you have to watch the timing of the videos and everything. And so watching stand up and being able to edit it, it's like really it's good for my mind to get back into like, oh, okay, I see what I did there, and that's the rhythm, and so that's really good as well to kind of keep up with that.
It's the content game. You're spitting out, and right. Find Jeff on Facebook. We posted some of his stuff there. Go see that link. It was funny because Timmy mentioned some of his venues that you perform, and I always think it's funny because you're playing the Legions and these small bars, but I think it fits perfectly. And then we just got this comment from BJ, says, sounds like Jeff has some free time. Blenheim Legion just reopened yesterday. You played the Blenheim.
Oh, amazing. I love Blenheim. Yeah, I'm there. So, who is that? BJ? What date? Give me a date, BJ. I love Blenheim, man. But seriously, Blenheim Legion, we've done I think I've been there 3 times, but we've done like 2 of our tour shows there, and the crowds, and like both of us sold out back when you could fit like everyone in, and they've both been like some of my favorite shows. They're so memorable. Like I talk about Blenheim at least a few times a year. It'll come up with like other comedians and stuff like that.
That's funny.
Yeah. So cool spot. I'm in. I'm back. If they're open, I'm there.
So you play these small towns, these Legions, and I think it fits your style well. Like obviously you want to play the big places, right, across North America. But when you're playing these small places, the crowd has got a story. and everybody knows everybody. So it's almost like you become an instant family member or a member of that town when you go there. And I just think it works well for you hitting those little small spots.
Yeah, I love it, man. The big, I've done like theaters and stuff like that are like these really nice sort of big large venues, and those are always fun, and certainly like payment wise they're always great, but the most fun you have is going into a small town. The smaller the town, the better, because they all know each other. So if a group is there, they definitely know at least one other table, but usually it's like multiple. And so, you become like a resident of the town for the night. And for me, like I said, I'm very curious. So I'm always asking questions because I want to know, like, how are they all connected? How do they know each other? Who's the crazy? Because there's always like a crazy, wild one of the group. And then there's always like the one that's like angry that didn't want to come. Like it's usually an older guy and his wife was like, you haven't been out of the house in 3 weeks and there's no game on. So she, and he's like this. And those are the guys I love getting. Those are the ones that are like, if I notice him, it's like, I want to do the show for you until you laugh. Cause I know that your life is probably, you hate it. Like you, and he has to go home, right? He has to leave and go back to whatever made him miserable. And so if I can give him a few moments of relief and make him laugh and have him just not regret that he put his pants on once to go somewhere, then I've done my job. And the smaller the town, the more likely you are to get that kind of person and all of the like family feel, which I really like.
BJ says, Blenheim loves you because everyone is related. So I'm not. That's BJ. He's from Odell. It's gotta be for sure. But it's funny because when you do that, people will talk about that for the week. Like, hey, did you see when Jeff ripped on BJ? That was so funny. And now they're coming to your next show, right? They're looking forward to the next season.
I felt bad sometimes. There's been times where I'll go to a town, but it'll take maybe 2 years to come back. And so in that 2 years, I've done a couple hundred other shows. So I come back to their town and I come out, and whoever I was with last time, like I'll recognize them, but I might not remember what we talked about. And it's and they know, because for 2 years they've been calling this guy whatever name I came up with. So there's been times where I've just been like, guys, I'm really sorry. You're gonna have to walk me through it, and they all do, and it's so fun to be like, okay, you said this because he did this, and this is why we call him this. And then sometimes I can put the pieces together, and that was actually one of the reasons I wanted to tape every show, was in case I went back, if there was something that I thought was really memorable, then it's easy to like recall it and be like, oh yeah, that was this guy. And then it's a couple of times with watching the videos, I've been able to go back and be like, oh yeah, you're so and so, and then recall the joke, and at least a table will remember from last time.
That's great. Yeah. We've talked here over the last 6 months or so. We're going to do something together, the pod and Jeff, but we're waiting for things to lighten up a little bit, and then we're gonna team up. But if somebody was looking, if a business was looking, I know you do Christmas parties, but once we can open up again and we can get people back together, how do they go to get a hold of you? How do they go ahead and book you?
Yeah, so the easiest way is to go to my website, which is jeffleesoncomedy.com. Leeson, Leeson. Everyone spells it lesson, and then they're like, I can't find your website. And then you're like, what did you look for? And then it's always lesson. So jeffleesoncomedy.com. There's a whole booking thing there that you can shoot me a message about anything. Or if you want to email jeffleesonshow@gmail.com, that's the best email to use as well.
Tim, did you have anything else? Because we can jump into what we're going to do next with Jeff.
No, I just wanted to see what you thought like the future of comedy looks like right now, with trying to work our way out of this pandemic. Is it going to be these small shows, or are comedians just going to wait till they can do their regular thing? Where are not only you but your friends in the industry, where are they headed with this?
Yeah, so down in the States right now, there's a few state, like full states, that are opening where a few clubs I've seen and a few theaters and stuff are opening at full capacity, which is awesome for down there. For here, I think it's going to be very small, 50 max people capacity for however long, and then but I think people want to get out and they want to do stuff, and so I think comedy is a really great way for any venue, especially if they want to just do something to generate income for a night that's a little bit different. It's a great way to do it in this time, especially because there's no dancing. You don't have people get up and walking around. They're seated. And if the show is good, which that's our job, then they're glued to the show. They're not even talking to each other,
Right.
And it's such a great thing to do, especially right now. So I think comedy will be really important for the smaller shows, and certainly great for comedians to start getting back out and doing it. And I think it'll be really good for a lot of venues because some venues can't do like a DJ dance thing, and they can't have a band do their mosh pit or whatever, so they're looking for like, how do we do it? So I would say the future is like small shows for a little while, and then hopefully ASAP get back to the regular shows.
Jeff, we do a game here. We've done it once before. We call it the name game. It's where we show you a picture, and then we have to come up with the background story. We have to come up with the guy's name.
Nice.
Come up with the background. So I figured as soon as we've talked about this game, we're like, you know what, this is what Jeff does when he goes out on stage and rips on people. So we got some pictures, okay? Some just random pictures that we've dug around the internet. It's called the name game. You've got to fill in the background story, okay? So here's the first picture, okay? This is the first one right here. You got to give us give us their names. And then you got to give us the background of what happened prior to this picture, or maybe a life story here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's start with their background here.
Okay.
We're gonna. I think this is a father and son duo.
Okay.
Because they're both in swimming trunks, and although one is in a leopard Speedo. So that's the dad, and I think you can clearly see that the dad has given his son the confidence to walk around, especially at his wedding, in swimming trunks. So I think this is this couple here. This is a couple, and they got married, and this is the standard father of the groom with the bride and groom photo that they took, obviously at the beach, because they're clearly very excited. Now I'm going to say this older gentleman here, he's got to be some sort of former porn producer. He doesn't do it anymore because he can't deal with just being clips now on the internet. He got out of it around 2010. He was running the game though in the 50s, 60s, and especially the 70s when nobody shaved anymore. And that's when he started his that's why he's wearing the leopard print. I think on the day of his retirement, he was gifted with leopard print with a little bit of gold in the middle, but on the inside, so you can't see it, but he knows it's there, and his package kind of sits atop it with a little bit of a chill to it, and that's why you see it kind of propped up like that. And yeah, I think he's been out of the game for a little while, but he's very proud of his son, and obviously very proud of his body here as he's displaying. And obviously you can't walk around on the grass in your bare feet. That's annoying. So he's throwing the sandals on.
I would say that's pretty bang on. I was thinking it was father, son, daughter. I was thinking they're all related.
Oh, it's a family photo.
Yeah. And this is just prior to walking her down the aisle to give her away. And it's also the first time that the in-laws have met the family. And they're like, what? What?
Yeah.
What got into it?
You know what? You might be right. If you look at all of their mouths, they all kind of have the same shape.
Right.
And you know what? Now that I'm really looking at this dude on the left, this tall drink of water here, now that I'm really looking at him, he's considerably older than this lady. So that could be Big Brother. You could be right. That could be Big Brother, little sister. And she was like, Dad, can you please wear a tuxedo to my wedding? And he was like, I will not, and neither will your brother. We will both be there. I raised you the right way. I'm disgusted that you're even wearing a dress for your own wedding. I bought you a whole swimsuit to wear, but no, I will not wear a tuxedo. Now get over here and take the picture.
Yeah, that I think maybe Hito Rick grown up. Ripping and tearing. Hito Rick.
Yeah, it is.
Tim, did you have some background on that one? You submitted that one.
No, I have no idea who they are, but I was going the other way. I think that's like one of those. I've been watching. I don't know why I'm admitting this. I've been watching the show Seeking Sister Wives, where it's some sort of polygamous relationship, and I think that's where I was going with this one. I think like the old dude's married to the chick in the middle, and then that instead of adding another wife, they added another husband because why not? It's 2021. You can do whatever you want.
Good point.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. So more power to you.
That's the thing with the name game. Nobody's wrong. Everybody's right. Nobody.
Do we find out who they are, or we don't even know who they are?
That's all we know.
Where did that picture come from? Where did you even find that?
The internet.
What did you Google? I'm curious. Old man in Speedo.
It was just weird couple photos. I think that was
weird.
It.
Oh, weird couple photos. Now that's interesting. Interesting. Maybe those two guys are a couple, and that's their adopted daughter.
It's anything these days, right? It's so hard to narrow it down. With anything goes these days.
Yeah. Now also
they all look happy. They all look happy.
We gotta name them, right? We gotta name them. Yeah. So the tall guy, the gentleman on the left is clearly a Kenneth. That either his daughter or his sister there in the middle, Molly, and of course Alfredo there with the Speedo.
I'm not even arguing with that. I agree with those. 100%.
But when he introduces himself, he whispers it. My name is Alfredo.
I think, Tim, we've got 3 of these. I think we just do one tonight and we save it for a future episode with Jeff.
I think so too. I think we just crushed that one, buddy.
Yeah, that's it.
You had 3?
Yeah.
That's all right. We analyzed.
Can I see one more? Can I just see one more? Do you mind?
Okay.
I'm so curious to see another picture because that was really fascinating.
We show you the picture, you come up with the background of the story. This one here is yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to say that I think the middle guy is a younger Alfredo.
Wow.
Like, these pictures aren't connected, but I'm going to say that somehow Alfredo grew up in the family of denim. And
he released himself when he entered that other relationship.
Yeah.
These guys might be related to that guy who created the baby bomb.
This guy?
Yeah, they gotta be. Yeah.
I mean, he's got a jean jacket. It's a little lighter, but maybe he's like a distant cousin. But now this to me screams one of those pictures that they took this when that guy on the bottom was like 25 and all these were kids, right?
Okay.
Right. And so they've taken this every year at the same beach, at the same campsite that they visit every year that he hates going to now. Which, by the way, that guy on the bottom, you know how I mentioned the guy who looked angry to go anywhere? That's the exact face I was picturing.
That's the guy sitting front row, Blenheim Legion.
Yeah. And here's what I think happened. I think they stopped taking this picture for a number of years, but they've recently adopted or taken in the person on the very top. And he was like, I can't have all of our family photos here with all of this piled on me over the years. We've adopted young Christopher. Let's go back. Let's go back to the beach. Let's take another family photo. And they were all like, Dad, please, we're all in one of us is in our 40s and losing our hair.
Yeah.
We have to do this. We're adults. We're adults with our own children doing our own photos on the beach with them stacked on us, Dad, please. And he was like, no, Christopher is a part of this family now. That's what your mother told me. So we're going to go back there. That's what your mother wants. And so now they're back taking that picture.
We just listen. This is maybe new content right here.
This is content, Jeff.
I love that.
This is content. I think the going bald guy, number 2 there on the bottom, for some reason, I only know his name, and it's Seth. That's all I feel. His name is Seth.
I can see that.
What's his name?
Seth.
Seth?
Yeah. Seth.
Seth. Nice. Yeah. That's the balding gentleman, number 2?
Yeah. Seth. Yeah.
The guy above him, guy right above him there, I'm feeling Chase.
Yeah. I can see that. He looks really comfortable with it, though. He looks like he's having a great time in that pile.
Yeah.
100%.
Dad's name is Steven, but he spells it with a PH.
What's that?
His dad's name is Steven, but he spells it with a PH.
Steven with a PH. And he'll let you know, too.
Oh,
like, if he's at Starbucks and they write Steven with a V on the cup, if he's out the door, he will come back in the door, up to the counter, push whoever's ordering aside and say, excuse me, I'm going to need a new cup with my real name on it. It's Steven with a PH. I don't know who this is for, but it's not for me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm needed at the beach to take a family photo.
I love it. That's got to be the name game. We got to end it right there. We'll save it. You'll have to make a return appearance there, Jeff.
I'm in. Margaret, what I was going to say for the lady there. Margaret?
Margaret.
Yeah, but the dad calls her Maggie, and she always tells him not to. She's always like, Dad, it's Margaret. I'm an adult now. And he's like, you'll always be Maggie to me. And then they go to Starbucks and they put Maggie on the cup, and she's her father's daughter. So she marches back in and she says, she give me a new cup. It's Margaret. I'm an adult.
Oh man.
That's good. That's all we need.
Love it.
That's a fun game, man. Good for you guys. That's fun.
We're gonna do that again. Sure.
I applaud you for coming up with that. Great work.
Content.
Yes.
Jeff, thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. We're gonna team up. We're gonna do something here real soon. So stay close to our channel. Of course, follow Jeff on Facebook. We'll repost some of your stuff this week so people can get a feel for what's going on with Jeff Leeson.
Awesome.
Jeff,
thank you.
But hey, first of all, congrats on the new internet because
it was solid tonight. Crushing it.
Same internet, different area of the house.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Thanks, buddy. See ya.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, Jeff Leeson, funny guy. I love that guy.
You nailed it when you're like, I bet you'd like the name game. Man, we could have rolled with that for another hour.
Well, yeah, we should just do a new show called the name game. Submit your pictures to us, okay? Post it on our Facebook or get a hold of Tim or I or text us those pictures because we want to play it again with little background on the name game. That's good. I love that. That's funny stuff. Well, Tim, what do you think about the drift? Are you drinking that?
Dude, I drank it.
Oh,
it's done. That pillowy mouthfeel. Wow, that's good. Yeah. Released Thursday. Limited release too, right?
1,500 cans.
That's a limited release. I would suggest getting yourself a good 6 of them at least.
Yeah,
that's a tasty hazy IPA.
Remember a couple weeks ago we played that mashup, Metallica and Huey Lewis, The News.
Yep.
I got another mashup for you.
Okay.
This is Stevie Wonder and your favorite rock band ever.
Van Halen?
Van Halen.
Oh.
This is Van Wonder. Okay, this is a mashup.
Okay, let's
Stevie
hear
Wonder, Van Halen. do you think?
That actually makes Van Halen enjoyable.
Oh, jeez. I love some Stevie Wonder.
That's probably the best Van Halen I've ever heard right there.
Yeah.
With Stevie Wonder.
I'll put Metallica's mashup with Huey Lewis number 1. That's number 2 right now on our mashup list. Okay, so we'll start.
I was impressed with that. Sean, a big Stevie Wonder fan.
Big fan. Tim, have you seen this website, MyHeritage? MyHeritage. It's one of those genealogy websites where you can track your family tree and.
Really? Sometimes that scares me a bit.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I'm good with what I know. I'd be afraid I'm related to Steven.
With a PH?
With a PH. So they've got this new feature on myheritage.com. It's called Deep Nostalgia, where you can take a photo of one of your deceased relatives and upload it, and it becomes a video. It makes them move around. It's very
like a hologram.
It just turns it into a video. So it takes a picture into a video, and it's supposed to be for your dead relatives, which creeps me the hell out. Like I don't want that.
But you did it?
I did it with a picture of you.
Come on.
So if you
didn't want to creep yourself out, you wanted to creep me.
This is the creepiest thing ever. Okay, so here I'll put the link up on the screen here. myheritage.com/deep nostalgia. You can go online and you can upload a photo of your dead relative or of Tim Regan. And are you ready for this, Tim?
I don't know. I didn't see this coming.
That's it.
That's just a video of me.
From a picture, though. From a picture.
I'm not sure how creepy that is because it's really just me.
Yeah. Very, very odd. What do you think?
Oh, I don't. Look at that beard, eh?
Yeah.
That was impressive. That was an interesting time. That was the best last St. Patrick's Day. That was a Saturday St. Patrick's Day. Wow, that was at Sons of Kent. That was a banger. Do you know the next St. Patrick's Day that falls on a Saturday isn't till like ever. I don't know. I forget. It's a long time away.
It's no time.
Made me angry when the last time it was. I don't know. It's like 2040 something.
That's funny. Here's that website again. It's myheritage.com/deep nostalgia. You can go on and get a picture. And what I saw on social media was somebody I knew who passed away, and I saw it moving, and it
really. That's very creepy. I do want to give some shout outs today to some of my heritage. It is some milestone birthdays coming up in the family. So just want to give a shout out to my cousin Chris today. It's his 50th birthday. So happy birthday to Chris. And tomorrow is Uncle Jerry, my Uncle Jerry's 80th birthday. And for many people tuning in, they know Uncle Jerry. And we will all drink a beer for Uncle Jerry on his 80th birthday. He taught me lots of stuff over the years, how to curse, how to smoke cigars, and how to drink beer. So and play euchre. So all great memories. And happy 80th birthday to Uncle Jerry tomorrow.
Big birthday wish from the Timbercon.
Big birthday wish from. That's weird, dude.
Looking into our souls, man.
That is. And also a big cheers today to our local public health for just crushing the vaccination clinics going on in our area here in Chatham, Kent, and very excited to say that that my grandma Teresa Regan got her first dosage of the vaccination today. So pretty exciting for the family to see Gigi get her vaccination. She would appreciate the hat, probably. I'm not sure if she liked the beard, but Gigi got her vaccination today, so that's awesome. So Chatham Kent Public Health is crushing it and doing what they can with the vaccination clinic right now. So big shout out to them.
I have vowed to not cut my hair until I'm vaccinated. So the +40 group can't come fast enough. So
That's gonna be a good mane of hair.
Oh, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Timber, I got one more thing to play. It's just quick because I don't know how much longer this is going to make a whole lot of sense. This is somebody that designed a beer luge in their home when we had a lot of snow. We're out of snow here now, but I know some parts of the province have snow. But here's the beer luge. Well, this setup, eh?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What happens at the end?
Well, we'll hold height there, Leprechaun.
It seems like it's coming out. Oh,
there you go. Got a cracker open. Here we go.
That's sweet.
Selly time.
I thought the bottle was just gonna shoot into someone's mouth and right down their throat. I was concerned there for a minute. That looked dangerous.
Thanks to our guest Jeff Leeson for episode 8. Tim, we got confirmation today on guest for episode 9, who might be one of our biggest guests ever on the podcast.
Yeah, dude.
Big name.
Pretty excited about this one. I'm not gonna lie. I've been pretty excited about a lot of things. This one's like, how the hell did we pull this one off?
We don't know. It's shit luck is what it is.
Yeah.
Out of this world. This guy is going to be huge. And I'm so looking forward to talking to him. We don't have him for a lot of time next week, but next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, you do not want to miss episode 9.
Yeah.
So you don't. If you do, you're a jerk.
Or you probably just watch it on the replay, but that's fine too.
Yeah, touche. If you want to sponsor it, get a hold of us because it's going to be big. Big. I'm a guy who's set the bar low and jump way over it and have people go, holy shit, that's a good job.
Yeah.
We're setting the bar high.
Yeah. We're gonna need some help for season 5 because season 4 we're blowing it out here with out of this world guests.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
A lot of fun. Right, Tim McCon?
That's so creepy, dude. Let's put that away. Let's tuck myheritage.ca away.
Tim, that's it. To Jeff Leeson, thanks for joining us here again this week on the pod. We appreciate it. Check down Jeff. We'll post some of his stuff on our social media because the guy's freaking hilarious. Funny dude. We can't wait to hook up and do something with him when we can. Until then, we got to thank again. Let's thank our sponsors here real quick. Thanks to
Shauna at the healthhouseck.com. Chris McLeod crushing real estate over at the Realty House, and our friends at the Pakistan Super League. Maybe our biggest guest in season 5 might be the MVP of the Pakistan Super League. Working on it.
Triumph Drift from Sons of Kent is available Thursday at SOK. Get it now. I don't get it now, but get it then and try it because the hazy IPA is pillowy soft all the way down.
Oh, it's delicious.
Cheers, Timmer.